Hi there, welcome to United and Everything Football Podcast. My name is Kwame. I'm here with Kwame. I'm here with Mame and Mame. Charlie, this thing when we meet, it's so solid. I always enjoy the conversation. I mean, the diversity in gender, the diversity in opinion, the diversity in location, the diversity in everything. I mean, you can talk about it. The diversity in professions. We have tax accountants, finance people, HR people, doctors. Charlie. United and Everything Football, it's the place to be. It's the place to be. My name is Kwame. I'm here with Kwame and Mame and Mame. Mame and Mame.
Kwame and Kwame.
It's always great to have you. I know there is diversity in opinion. I know where this podcast will end at some point. I know.
Always.
I know. So we want you to enjoy. If you are pro Amorim or whatever Amorim today, you enjoy yourself. If you are Amorim out, you enjoy yourself. So whichever way you find yourself, please make sure you're on the podcast with us today. Remember, this is brought to you by Buzz Off Mosquito Repellent Bracelets. Your new way to stay protected from mosquito bites. The Buzz Off bracelet is affordable, is versatile, is child-friendly. Mosquito repellent that can be worn on the wrist or ankle. Stylish, simple, and safe for the whole family. Each bracelet offers up to 7 days protection and is FDA approved, so you can trust them. Remember, it's deed-free as well. So remember to call them on 020-9058-902. Remember, it's also brought to you by Tech Transitions Hub, the fastest and most practical way for you in the US or in Canada to break into the IT industry, even with zero technical background. In just 3 months, you will learn real-world job-ready skills in IT support, Microsoft 365, security, Azure, and many more. The exact tools companies use every single day. Remember, the programs are hands-on, beginner-friendly, and designed to help you confidently step into a new chapter. If you've been thinking of starting about IT, career, or whatsoever, please remember to reach them out. Tech Transitions Hub is the hub for you. Call them on +1781 535 1396 or visit techtransitionshub.net for more details. Tech Transition Hub, build skills, build confidence, and build your future. Let me make a quick turnaround. When I come back, we have a lot to talk about, like a whole lot to talk about here on United and Everything Football. We'll be right back after this. All right, thank you very much, guys, for joining us on United and Everything Football. Another loss. I don't know how you look at it. It's like 2 losses in like 10 games or 8 or 9 games. It makes it sound nice, but there's a plethora of draws in there, some sparse wins in between, but Amorim is still in charge. A lot to talk about. Bruno is out. Our African boys are out. Casemiro comes back. Licha in midfield. Ugarte doing some things we can't talk about. Guys, let me say hello and welcome to Mame and Mame. Guys, you're welcome. Mame Ghana. It's been a while, you know.
Yeah. I've just been listening to the rants and everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's been topsy-turvy, like up and down. But it's,
Just
it's
like
the usual
United.
norm with us now, yeah. So I mean we are used to it.
We are used to it.
Yeah.
Mame, US.
Media, you know me, I'm an avid watcher. I'm always watching.
Every day, every single
Yeah.
time. She's
So,
always on.
yeah. First, congratulations for a new sponsor. You guys have come a long
Yes.
way. It's great.
Yes,
It's great to see
yes.
the channel growing. I love it.
Yeah. Great
A
to
place
know.
for Ghanaians and Africans to come and, talk about United is awesome.
Yeah. Yes.
So,
Thank you so much. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Kwame,
Yeah.
guys, just before we started the podcast, this gentleman had served himself to
This is
big bowl of
very
watching.
unprofessional of you.
Hey, I don't care.
It's
Call
very
it whatever you
unprofessional
want.
of you.
Call it
A
whatever you
display
want. It
of
was so
behind the scenes.
unprofessional for
Behind
you
the
to be
scenes.
eating on set. That is more unprofessional.
This is
I
Hamburg.
dare
This
you to
is
show us the
this
watches.
is
I
Hamburg.
dare you.
This
I
is
dare you.
Hamburg.
I dare you.
You eat
I
what
dare
you want
you.
to eat. Do what you want to do.
Guys, let's get straight into action. There's a lot to talk about. We asked you to send us a few things. Let me start with Miami US. 2-1 loss against Aston Villa at the Villa Park. A lot to talk about. I don't know which side you would pick it up from, but let's hear you. What's your thoughts? How did you feel? 2-1.
I mean, all the way till the end of the game, I really thought that we could get a goal and at least get a draw from the game because we played with intent. We played. We were we were creating chances, maybe not big chances, but we were still creating enough chances that we could have gotten 2 goals out of the game. Um, Kuna had that massive chance at the end that he missed. So, I mean, that was it right there. If we had scored that, it was probably going to end 2-2. So it was really like painful because it's one of those where I don't think we deserve to lose that game. Aston Villa didn't play better than us, but they had somebody on their team who came up and did something for them, and we missed that on our team today. So it's really unfortunate. But if I'm being honest, like I didn't go into this season thinking that we'll win every game or we won't lose any game. But if we were going to lose any game this season, this is the kind of loss that I would definitely be able to stomach because you can see that the boys tried their best and it just didn't work out for us yesterday.
Mommy,
Yes.
talk to us.
So yes, I mean it was really bad or unlucky how we weren't able to take something out of the game because, like Mama rightly said, we really played well and surprisingly, well, not so surprising because for some weird reason, Aston Villa has been doing poorly against us for the past 3 or so seasons. So it wasn't really out of place, and we've been delivering when we are not expected to. So it was actually in sync with what has been happening this season. So we really started out strong. Aston Villa really didn't come out to play. The midfield battle was fairly something we were handling easily, quite surprisingly, even with Ugarte trying his very
I was
best
really
to,
shocked. I was really shocked. I've been looking at that midfield with John McGinn, with
yeah,
Tillemans, with
Onana, yeah,
Kamara, with Onana.
yeah,
I was actually shocked.
yeah. They really do. I don't know whether Aston Villa just had a bad day or we just happened to be on the front foot. But the first half was very good, and we really considered on the back of the transition goal. So like just random perfection, like
As
roaches
commentators would say, against the run of play.
against the run of play.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yes. So it was really we would have undeserved to be going into the half at 1-0 down. So it was good we were able to capitalize on their mishap at the back to get that equalizer. And I think it was marred by Bruno's possible injury, and I think it had an effect on the team. And so the second half was just a continuation of that with his absence. And I must say, Lisandro came in and he really did well for me. He handled himself well, and so the team really didn't nosedive as we've come to know when Bruno isn't playing. So it was a good performance overall. We could have nicked something in the end because we created almost all the chances before they even scored their second goal. So unfortunately, we couldn't capitalize on the chances that we created. Cunha, Sesko, a few other chances that we had. So on another day, maybe we could have come out with a point and then moved on to the next game, which wouldn't have been bad against Aston Villa, who are flying high, 9 wins in a row prior to our match. So it wouldn't have been out of place. But yeah, it is what it is, and I'm not really as concerned because the performance was good, much like the Arsenal game. So we take positives in that, but we would have loved to make something out of the game. Yeah. So we move
Well,
on to the next.
I'm sure the general consensus, I mean, tilts towards that. But then again, the Roy Keens will say the whole idea of football is to win a game, not we played well. Kwame, Kwame, let's hear you.
Before the game, I wasn't optimistic at all. I was only relying on football heritage to get us something. The fact that we don't lose at Villa Park very often. It's been like one defeat in the last 30 years at Villa Park. That was Eric Ten Hag's first season, if I'm not mistaken. We lost there 3-1.
Yeah.
Just around November, when we were in the middle of a good run. I think it was Unai Emery's first game as Aston Villa manager, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And since then, we've had his number.
That's correct.
When it comes to encounters against Villa. So I was just hoping that football heritage would see us through. But like the Mame said, before the game, Villa were coming in on a high. So it was always going to be a tough task getting something from there. I think City and Arsenal have both lost over there. Can't fault the effort, can't fault the performance. I can't point fingers at anybody for... I could point fingers though, but I wouldn't fault the entire team for the efforts that they put in. It was just down to us making individual errors at the back. Lenny Yoro, Diogo Dalot, Heaven made some errors that led to both goals. Besides that, Villa were clinical, as they've been the entire season. They're actually outperforming themselves, their XG, whatever you want to. They are outperforming what they should actually be getting. That's how come I'm not sold on Aston Villa ending the season on a high, because as we've come to learn football, when your luck runs out, you could just spiral into oblivion. Things could just turn on its head. So it's good they are racking points up now, but I am not so high on them finishing where they currently are. But it's on us. Tactically, I think we outclassed Unai Emery again, because I think we had them where we wanted them to be. We were not as efficient as they were in taking our chances. Shesko Cunha blew some huge chances, first of all, to put us in the lead so that we could actually control the game the way we wanted to control the game. And to bring us back into the game, they kept on wasting big chances. We can't afford that right now. In the last couple of games, we've created a lot of chances, but we've not been able to put them away. But at least we can take solace in the fact that we are scoring goals. The main issue is we can't stop shipping goals. And if you are scoring 31 goals a season, matching the big boys up there in terms of goals scored, but you are shipping in 26 goals, you're going nowhere. It's +1 -1. I feel already that we'll look back at the end of this season and think that November, December, post the second international break of the season, was where Manchester United blew it. I'm conceding to that already, because the kind of fixtures that we had, I've seen this story before. That's how come I'm racking on it. I saw it under Ralph Ragnick. It was the same thing. We saw a very good set of fixtures November, December, and we're like, new manager bounce, we're going to rack up some results. I think we won like 2 games in those 10 games or something. And it's very, very similar to the stats that we have now. 2 wins in 10. Some people want to look at it the opposite way. 2 defeats in 10. It's you are going nowhere. It's all nothing. At the end of the day, it's all nothing.
Half empty.
It's 4 wins in 10. Eh?
Is it?
It's 4 wins in 10.
In our last 10
2
games.
wins in 8. 2 wins,
2 wins in 8. Or 2 wins in 8, 2 losses in 8. Some people, I'm talking about the direct comparison. Some people are saying it's two losses in 8, 2 wins in 8. You are going nowhere with all.
If you're looking at it with 8 games, it's 2 wins, 2 losses, 4 draws. But if you're looking at it with 10 games, it's 4 wins, 4 draws, 2 losses.
So, see, it's balanced.
It depends on how you want to
glass is half full, glass is half empty. I mean,
we should
without
we
should
at least be 7 points better off than we are actually now, because I expected these Christmas fixtures to be difficult. Even without the injuries, I expected it to be difficult, and we've gotten off to that difficult start. The next game is even going to be harder, but I feel like we have to sort of rectify our home form if we are to end the year on a high. It's been a tough year. Horrible year, actually, in my opinion.
Mami, US, what is this down to? I want to pick your thoughts on that. The DLW that I used to talk about. I mean, we're experiencing it.
DDWWLDW.
Yeah, that is when we are right now. Yeah. Well, what is it down to?
I mean, It's the draws, right? For me, it's really the draws because if you really look at it, that's the problem. 2 losses in the run that we've had in 8 games. I don't think anybody didn't see that. I think it's just the losses that we got were annoying, the specific losses. But I don't think anybody thought we'll go the 10 games without losing any game. It's just that to have that against Everton, when you had like Crystal Palace, for example, in the mix, to have that against Aston Villa. Maybe the Aston Villa one was possible, but the Everton one was not anything that anyone was anticipating before, during, and after the game. So that's where it's annoying because that one loss that we got is not the one that we should have gotten for that run of games. But then if you look at it, it's the draws that have really hurt us. And those draws, the West Ham one, Bournemouth, what are the other 2 draws? You guys remember?
Bournemouth,
West Ham,
West
Bournemouth,
Ham,
West Ham,
Oh,
West Ham and
are we
Bournemouth were
going
the
to
ones that hit
include
me.
the Forest draw and
Oh,
the
and the
yeah, the
the
Tottenham.
Forest and
Spurs
the
Forest,
draw?
and
Tottenham
then
draw.
Spurs.
Yes, those
Tottenham.
are the other
Yes,
2.
yes,
The Spurs and the Tottenham
yes.
one. The Tottenham and the Forest one. So of all of those draws, we were leading in those games, except for the Bournemouth one, right? I think
Yeah.
the rest we were leading.
Bournemouth were
So
also leading.
We also led
we were
at
also
before the
leading, it's
final
true, and then
goal.
they
Yes,
Yes.
scored.
48,
Yeah. And so all of those games we were leading, and then we dropped points,
and
like
we
all of
dropped.
them.
Yeah,
And all of them, it looks like it's a failing in our defensive structure as a team. I don't even want to say it's necessarily defensive individual errors all the time. It was more
correct.
of like just even the team, as the way we defend as a team has also been poor. And then you also have the individual errors, but a combination of those 2 things. And I think that I've been saying this, Mommy knows it, like we've missed Delict and Maguire. That's what I think, which is, for me, it just sounds crazy that I'm saying that right now. But we
Maguire
have.
especially.
We really have, because some of these types of goals that we've conceded, them coming through our center, someone like De Ligt, someone like Maguire, they step in and they cut that pass before it gets to the last man. That's just that for them is bread and butter. They love
Yeah.
defending like that. So I think that the experience, the lack of experience in the back has really been a problem for us in the last few games, and that's where those draws come about. Not necessarily the losses, but especially the draws.
Mami, let's talk about Lenny Euro.
You know what? For Euro, even before these errors started happening, from the beginning of the season, he was having challenges receiving some passes. I don't know if anyone else noticed. When you give him a pass, it's like he's trying to play with his right. I don't know whether he's not comfortable and he lets the ball come to his side. And before you realize the attacker is almost close and then he just it mostly goes nowhere or to throw. He wasn't really comfortable receiving a pass and it was nervous. It was nervous watching him. I don't know, and he's meant to be at least good on his feet. He made some crazy runs towards the end of the last season, about 2, 3 matches before the end of the season. He was making runs into midfield, like Forest into midfield, like a few, like it was something that he had to his game. So I'm really confused as to what is happening with him right now. I don't know if it's confidence or where the position he is playing right now, he's not really comfortable with it. But it's not looking good. And for heaven to now be looking to surpass him, it's worrying for me. And I hope he's able to quickly go out of it because he was moved to the bench and due to injuries he's been put back in, and it's his chance to play himself into form. I don't know how the coach, but he needs to really pick up. It is becoming worrying for
But
and for both of them. They are inexperienced,
exactly.
right? Heaven is
I'm
inexperienced.
watching.
I can't say.
I'm watching yesterday's game, and you saw the
Mhm.
way Morgan Rogers picked the ball, had that acre of space, able to cut in, and he not being able to react in a way. It
And
takes my mind back
twice.
to the Palace, yeah, twice to the Palace game where he committed that error. So I don't know whether it's left a certain scar in his mind, so he's
And
a bit hesitant to be a little bit more aggressive in
Yeah.
such situations, which led to two
Yeah.
goals
Mm-hmm.
that actually made us lose the game. I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know if it's
Yeah.
confidence.
They're really identical, and he can come out of it. I mean, last season he had an issue with the Southampton match where Kamaldeen just roasted him. So he was able to bounce back. So he has it in him to bounce back. And I'm counting on him to actually do that because, well, he's in luck. We don't really have options to replace him. So he would have to play and then get out of this slump. And we really, I mean, the centre back is isn't a position where you can make an error and get away with it. And people are trying to blame Lamens and whatever, but I really don't think any of the goals were something he could have avoided anyway. But yeah, Euro needs to fix up like ASAP, 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 ASAP. Whether
Yes.
it has to do with his position or whatever, just speak to the coach and let's fix this up because he's meant to be our future. Yeah.
Kwame, Ugarte, man, Ugarte.
Oh, you think
Ugarte.
before we get to, I just want to touch up quickly on the Lenny Euro thing. You know, after the
Yeah.
Palace game, his head dropped. Like his head actually
Yeah.
dropped. It was all caught on
Yeah.
camera and everything. He's
Yeah.
a 19, 20-year-old kid. It's going to come with
Mm-hmm.
it. You get what I'm trying to say.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
then again, structurally, I think what happens is our centre backs are left to play 1v1 a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's the system. They are supposed to
Yeah.
play 1v1 and they're supposed to win their 1v1 duels. Once they miss those duels, we are basically that's what happens almost all the time. Heaven did very, very well against Watkins. He literally played him out of the game because he was a step ahead of him all the time. If you're not tight the way we want to play, and you just let loose of anybody at any point in time, it just creates problem. It just creates havoc. And his confidence is down, and position-wise too, he's caught in a dicey situation because in game, yeah, what happens is sometimes he's playing right back. You could
Mm-hmm.
literally see he's playing right back,
In
and
the
he's
back four.
uncomfortable playing right back. Then
Mm.
he's playing in a back three, and in that back three, what happens is when the fullbacks push up high, there is no cover. It's you and that winger, or you and that center forward who has drifted to the wide position. Once they cut in, and that's where the problem is, do not allow them to cut in. It's best you even foul than to allow them to cut in, because once they cut in, we are almost outnumbered at that point. So structurally, I just think it's complicated what we are trying to execute. Very, very complicated for the players, in my opinion. They need a high level of intelligence, confidence to be able to execute everything to the T. Once something is amiss, it's just problems. And I think that's what is going on right now. But he's too talented for me, a boy, to count out. I just feel
Yeah.
every other player has gone through this phase. Even the delays that we are praising. Last season, he
Yeah.
was shitting himself. This
Yeah.
season, he looks like the best thing that happened
Just
since
simply,
whatever.
yeah.
So I think everybody is going to go through it until something comes all together for the team. You know, when the team in general is playing well, getting results, everybody's sort of lifted. But when things are going iffy, somebody is going to be off. Somebody is going to be at
Yeah.
fault for something. There's always going to be that individual error lurking somewhere because nothing seems to be concrete right now with what we are trying to execute. It's just going to see the Euro might pick form now. There will be another guy who will just decide to go like, oh God, because everything is just nyama.
Hey, so then is there an issue with the system such that if there is one single error, like it leads to a huge, like a big chance,
See,
and which almost always leads to a goal?
what's the cover here when we push up high and our center backs don't jump when they're supposed to jump? When one thing goes amiss, then all of a sudden you see gaping holes in our defense or in our structure. I don't think these players 100%. It's one of two things. Me, I always say it's one of two things. Either the players do not 100% get exactly what we are trying to do, or what they are being taught to do is just something that they simply cannot do. For me, it's always one or the other. It's never in the middle. It's either we can't do it, or what you are trying to teach us, we simply cannot execute it, or what is being taught is too difficult for us to execute. I don't know what it is right now. I just know that something is amiss and it's causing problems. Are we playing a back four in a game? Then halftime, you see us playing a back three. Then 15 minutes later, you can clearly see we've reverted back to a back four.
Variations.
Then when
Variations.
we are
Confusing,
We are
confusing everybody.
confusing our opponents
We
and
are confusing
confusing
everybody.
ourselves.
thank you very much. I think we end up as some of them say what can, and I mean to me, I'm going around. We are confusing ourselves. Then when we are chasing the game, we go 4-2-4. Like in one game, yeah, we move from one formation to another to another to another. It's just see me. I don't think I would really like playing here if I was a player, because I mean it's just an overload of information. It's just too much, and nothing specific is working. Nothing specific. It's just we're trying to do so many things at the same time, and it's just all over the place. The players they have to suffer their way through it, and then some way somehow come at the end of it positive. I don't know how they're going to do that, but it is what it is.
Mami, you are smiling. Let me hear you. What do you have to say?
I mean, it's true. I mean, I wouldn't say that nothing specific is working, but it's true that it looks like even the for us watching, we get confused about the formations. Like there are literally debates on the timeline about whether it's a 3-4-3 or a 4-3-3 or whatever it is happening right now. Like people are watching the same picture of the average positions of the player, and everybody is coming up with their own decision on what that formation is. So you can only imagine, but some of these guys are in practice. They are in practice, right? So obviously the coach is telling them like, this is how we are doing it. This is why we are doing it this way. And it's, I think many managers have said that it's very dynamic, the way we play and the way we switch from formation to formation. And it is complicated. So I understand that the players definitely need time to grasp it. And it looks like maybe even last season compared to this one, they've learned some things that they didn't know last season compared to this one. You can see that there has been growth in the way they understand how the manager wants them to play. So it's just a question of time. But then also the confidence is a big deal, like Kwame was saying. Like confidence and understanding your position and understanding what you need to do in your position. What I've seen with the defenders who have played really well for us this season is their assertiveness, their confidence in what they need to do, how when they need to step up, when they need to sit back. Like you can tell, the Lit this season has been so good with that. He's been so good with that. So he shows up and he clears the ball. Everybody's like, oh, wow, the Lit, look at what he's doing. And they can all do it, but you have to really understand what you are doing as a player and why you're in the position that you're in. And I think that for the folks like Euro and Heaven who are younger, it's just a question of experience. Like, there are some things that they'll tell you on the training pitch. If this situation happens, this is what you're supposed to do. But it's one of those things where sometimes you just have to experience it on the pitch itself. And if it happens, then you realize, okay, next time this is what I need to do to fix it. But I think with Euro, there's an element of confidence. There's a real confidence that is lacking. His body language, even the way he acts on the pitch today, you can tell that his confidence is not high. I mean, it was the same problem is the reason why we conceded both of those goals. And he has had that confidence issue from the Crystal Palace game. So it's like, yeah, he knows what he's supposed to do. I think he knows what he's supposed to do. I think it's just a question of like the concentration being very high to see when the switch of the ball comes to your side. Are you stepping up quickly enough? Are you confident enough to just make that tackle so that it doesn't go any further? Or you're going to just let it play, and then that's where the gaps come. So sometimes it just needs time, confidence, them building up their understanding of the way the team is supposed to play.
Well, you are still talking towards my DLW until we we kind of settle.
Me, I've told you this season.
Yeah, also that one you've been very consistent. I'll give it to you.
I've been expecting this.
My mantra is you will definitely drop points. So if you lose against Aston Villa, that's points. Like who else should we drop the points against? That's basically
the inconsistency was going to be there this season. Like there wasn't. If you are going to be, for me, I said
your man told us the storm. He told us the storm was over.
I mean, he can say whatever he wants to say, but for me, from what I saw, from who we
But
bought and everything, from 6th to 8th position was what I thought we would end up in.
Oh, I
And
said
if you are
he
going to
lied.
get
He
6th to
talks by
8th,
heart, Samano. He talks by heart anyhow.
he likes talking. From 6th to 8th, if you are going to get from 6th to 8th position, that means that you have to have inconsistency. Like you cannot be 6th to 8th without inconsistency. That is the positions of inconsistency. You will be doing good in some parts of the season. Some parts of the season you'll be losing points for no reason, especially draws. Like everything is happening like it's supposed to happen for a team that will finish between 6th to 8th position. And even sometimes I think that 10th is not even far from us. I won't be surprised if it happens. I won't.
looking at the points build up, I
Talk
mean,
about
it's not.
progress.
Yeah, looking at the points build up, I mean, it's not so far from where we are at the moment, and how difficult things are. But let me.
You asked me a question about Ugarte, and I
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
digressed.
yeah, yeah.
I digressed, and we talked about Euro all through. Ugarte,
Yes.
Got it.
What is
Enfa,
his problem?
Enfa,
Stand up, another say.
He
Enfa.
got he got to
See,
go. He
see,
got to go.
see. The first window under Ineos, we have to take it all the way back to the first window under Ineos, and
Yeah.
something that was explained to us recently by, was it Wilcox or the owner?
Wilcox, yes, it was
Wilcox.
Wilcox. It was
Yeah.
Wilcox, yes.
Wilcox said that what happened in the first transfer window was that we didn't have our house in order.
They were
So
not ready.
we were not ready. So together with Eric Ten Hag and whoever was available at that time, they just went with what they could get in the market for certain positions.
Yeah.
And for those who read a lot of details as to how Lenny Yoro's transfer happened, Lenny Yoro's agent is the same agent as Manuel Ugarte. We're not going to get Lenny Yoro without us trying to solve a solution for his other client, Manuel Ugarte, who was having trouble at PSG. The two deals were linked together. Manchester United needed a defensive midfielder because we turned down Eric Ten Hag's proposal to re-sign Amrabat. And we needed a defensive midfielder. An agent offered us a solution. Ugarte was that solution. As to whether the players suited exactly how we wanted to play was an issue. Because if you remember, Eric Ten Hag didn't even want to play Ugarte for months. That was not the signing that he wanted. So this was the club overruling the manager and bringing in a player that they felt was the right age, was the right this, but most importantly, was just Intosor. A very, very expensive Intosor to get one of the highly sorted young centre backs from the hands of Real Madrid. These are the details that we cannot go amiss. So the thing is, he's always posed that problem of potentially being a misfit at Manchester United. But when you look at the individual quality of the player, he's a ball winner. But beyond winning the ball, that's his tackling. There isn't much there in terms of building up
But
the play.
even at United,
Is
the
he
ball
even
in the
doing
crowd,
the
they see
ball
them.
Hold
winning?
on.
Like, is he
I'll
even
address
doing
that.
that?
His confidence is completely down. So even what he may be good at, it's quite hard to execute. But the Manuel Ugarte I've seen prior to Manchester United and I've seen play well at Manchester United is somebody who wins the balls but can't play progressive passes. It's always the simple passes. He often crashes the box at times, gets at the end of certain balls, scores certain goals. But there is nothing creative coming out of Ugarte. But now, currently, as we speak, confidence is in the mud. His last 7 starts, we've lost all games. That's a terrible start. That's like, you shouldn't be playing. Because if you play, we are doomed. When he comes on as a sub, the impact is similar because he doesn't really impact the game in any way. He's not playing good football at all. It takes me back to his time at PSG. What happened was when Enrique took over, they made like about 10 signings or something in the first season. They signed a lot of players. Ugarte was part of the players that they signed in that first season. But after one season, he realized that time even Vitinha was on the bench for him. Vitinha wasn't even a starter after moving to France. But after a season, he realized that this guy can't play the kind of football that I want. Keep the ball, progress the ball, pass the ball, dribble, all those other attributes besides just tackling. Next season, Ugarte became a bench warmer. The next season, he wanted him out of the squad at all costs. I think we are going to get to that stage as well, where this player isn't fit for how we want to play, and we just have to cut our losses. I don't know how soon that may be because of the other injuries that we have in our other injuries. I'm like other injuries that we have in our midfield. We may have to wait till the summer to do a proper cool of our midfield, but he doesn't have a future at Manchester United. That's clear enough.
Mami Ghana, Bruno's injury, the midfield. How
Oh,
do we
my
address
heart.
that situation? How do we
It,
address it?
it's going to be a big loss, right? Mostly on the impact of Bruno, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think when it comes to chance creation, it will be better than we've seen without Bruno, because I believe Cunha and Mount can cook something. I mean, it won't be Bruno levels, but it will be manageable. And we saw in the second half, it wasn't really that bad in the second half. It's just the mentality, when Bruno is in, like, he's able to cook something out of nothing, even with the set pieces and all of that. So it's that aspect that I think we would miss the most. And I'm hoping the others would be able to step up, but it's going to be a huge blow. Like, I heard a commentator saying, is the football gods just saying what Bruno said in the press conference, that he's always available and he's always there to play games and whatnot. So they are just reversing whatever he said by creating that injury for him. But I mean, if the fact that he was even able to continue in the first half was, I don't know whether it was good, and I'm hoping it doesn't add to the hamstring
Oh, he
injury,
was walking fine. I
and
mean, for a hamstring
he
injury
wasn't.
for him to be
He had a
walking.
shot on. He had a shot on goal after the hamstring. After the pull, he took corners, and like he was his usual. So even though he was slowed down, but it's just
Because there
Bruno,
are grades of
and
hamstring
hopefully,
injuries. That's why.
Oh, okay.
well,
So
They are
Even
yeah.
after the
great.
Well, I
game,
I hope it's
even
not
after
as
the game, you
serious.
saw him walking back into the
Normally,
tunnel with the
it's
boys.
probably
yeah.
grade
And then
one.
I
Three
don't know, but
weeks. 3 weeks
they
maximum. He should be back in training.
they had
Let's see.
an ice
Fingers
pack on him,
crossed.
but the ice pack was on his calf. It wasn't on his hamstring.
Wow.
I thought that was interesting. Like the ice
Mm,
pack wasn't on his thigh. It wasn't on the back of
Well,
his thigh.
Okay. The thing is, assuming it's a hamstring, he could still be doing ice packs on his calf as part of recovery, normal recovery post game.
Hmm. Okay.
But it could still be a
mm,
hamstring injury. But then the way he was working is good news for us. It means it's not a full
yeah.
tear. If it's not a full tear, it means it
Mm,
just needs some healing over the next 3 weeks. He should be fine. That's the best possible
some
outcome.
rest, some rest. That's it, right?
Exactly. If it's a tear,
yeah.
that even depends on the grade. Grade two, probably you're looking at
Mm.
6 weeks. If it's worse, if it's a full tear, you're looking at 3 months. So it could
Mm.
it could turn bad real quick, but it depends on whatever that they see on an MRI
It's,
scan.
it's just it's,
Mm.
it's
All
just
right.
bad timing as well, with Ahmad and
There's
Mbumo out, and bad timing for Kobe as well, since he's injured and isn't able to take up the opportunity with his competitor. Like your competitor, your
Kwame, say
only
what you want to
competitor
say.
is in
Kwame,
your
say what
only
you want to
competitor
say.
is injured, and you suddenly pick up an injury. So yeah,
Kwame, say what you want
it's
to
really
say.
bad.
Kwame has a theory.
Oh,
We all
I don't
have
have any.
the
I don't
theory.
have any.
We all have
Oh,
the
Mami, you have a
theory.
theory. You can share with
Oh
us.
yeah,
What's your
like
theory?
the injury was so like surprising, and it only came out about 1 hour to like the kickoff, like when the team news was about to be released. That's when the injury. I'm like, from where to where? All of a sudden, like out of nowhere, injury.
Let me tell
Okay,
you.
we are
Let me
just
tell you what's
watching.
what's funny. The funniest thing about the report. About an hour after that injury thing was reported, Chris Wheeler came out to the fact that Kobe Mainoo is expected to be out for a month with a calf injury. When Bruno got injured and the game ended, new reports came out. He's out for just 1 week. And I was like, hey,
Ah,
there's a lot of interesting medicine going on in the background because is it being misdiagnosed and all of a sudden re-diagnosed by a different doctor? What's going on? I was like, hey, me, I'll just leave it as it is. they recalled the injury and then reduced it to 7 days. We will see what
yeah,
happens in the next 7 days.
it should
All
Or
right,
just
guys,
somebody is, or
be.
let's
someone is lying.
Someone is lying.
Or someone
Definitely.
is lying.
We will know in January who is lying.
See,
As
I've seen the
Fabrizio will
story
say,
before.
we'll see who lied.
See,
Fabrizio
Yes.
says, we'll
It
see
could
who
be Chris
lied.
Wheeler.
the reason why I'm saying this thing is fishy, and I'll still go with the theory that it's really fishy, is that if you cast your mind back to 12 months ago, when Rashford was said to have not trained properly and was dropped
Yeah.
for the City game, the next report was Marcus Rashford is ill and will not play the Liverpool game because he's ill. Then the next report was he's not doing what I expect from him in training still, so he's not going to be part of the squad. Then the next report was we have too many injuries, so you have to be on the bench for a certain game in
It
early
was against
January.
Newcastle or something.
Newcastle. Yeah, we had a plethora of injuries, so he was
The
on
one
it.
we lost 3-1 or something.
Then the next report, I remember this so well because I have my reasons to remember this so well. Then the next thing, he was dropped for the rest of the month. End of that transfer window, he was a Villa player. When teams are having issues with players, and I bring this up because a week ago it was reported that Kobe Mainoo's relationship with Manchester United was at breaking point. And so much was brought out in terms of his relationship with everybody at the club, his search for a new contract, blah, blah, blah. A lot of details was revealed. That was before the interview that Amorim granted that led to all the debates we've had over the last 3 or 4 days, up and down with the academy boys and whatnot. And then the embargoed press conference comes out and he sort of goes to Kobe Mainoo's defense in a way by saying that he's a kid who just has to, graft, compete for his place. It's not the worst situation to be a substitute at Manchester United, blah, blah, blah. He's not faulting him for anything. He just has to keep at it and he'll get his opportunity. Sunday afternoon, then we are told that the day, just yesterday, he had a calf injury. He's supposed to be out for 1 month. Bruno gets injured. No, it's just 1 week. Oh, what the heck is going on? What the heck is going on?
Kwame, it's okay. We have a lot to talk about. Let's wrap up. We have to wrap up because we've spent close to 40 minutes. I don't know what your timer is saying, but what is your timer saying?
Truth of the matter is, ever since we moved to this application, I don't look at the time. It's 42 minutes. Let's keep going. Let's keep on going.
Please, Mame is still in the still awake. Please,
Sorry.
let's
Hey, like we have a whole Pedri debate to go to talk about. You're telling us to
let's
wrap
talk
up.
about Bruno. Let's end it with the Bruno Pedri thing.
Yeah.
How we ended it?
Because today we put out something. We put out
Are we doing?
something, right?
Okay.
And we asked that because you're having our podcast today, please, if you want us to discuss anything, come and share with us. Then Mensa Mbumo, Pedri and Bruno comparison. What do you make of? Okay, he says we should do Hey, he listed a lot of things. So the first
Go
thing that
through
he
it.
talked
Take
about.
your time.
Okay, so the first thing he said we should talk about is the Pedri Bruno comparison and what we make of Licha and Cassie starting in midfield and a Semenyo Neves or any midfield that will solve the midfield. And is Sesko the right choice, or is he he isn't getting the supplies, etc., etc. Kwame, which one are you taking?
I think Mame is interested in the Pedri one, so before she leaves.
Mami, let's go. Mami says it was so random. Let's hear you.
Oh, that's what she meant. It's so random. See,
It was so
It's
random.
so
that
random.
Pedri Bruno debate. Honestly, I didn't pay attention to it until the person.
I saw it on TikTok. It was so fierce. I don't know.
So what happened was when I saw it, I was like, why is this guy asking such a random question? So what I usually do is I do a bit of research. So I go to Twitter and then type Bruno Pedro. So I see what this whole thing is about, because this guy is just not asking a random question. It's just that I'm not informed enough. And I see like this debate has been going on for days. Actually, like it's been going on for days. People have been at it for days. Then I go on TikTok, like you're just talking about, and people have created so much content with this. I was like, so me, where have I been? What's this Pedro? how did it even start? Because first of all, I think they are two totally different players, like completely different
Completely.
players. One screams chaos, the other screams control. But through the chaos,
Yeah.
the other is far more productive of a footballer than Pedro. I'm talking about Bruno is far more productive of a footballer than Pedro. Bruno does the most important thing in football. He scores goals, he assists. He scores goals, he assists. But Pedri is so good at what he does, especially for the teams that he plays for. That is Barcelona and Spain. That's the kind of football that they want to play. He's just perfect for it. It's control. We don't want to lose the ball. If we have the ball for as long as possible, we can dictate how the game is going to go. That's Pedri. Bruno thrives through chaos. And through that chaos, he puts numbers on the board. And nothing matters more in football than numbers on the board. But there are certain specific attributes that each individual has that compared to the other may not have. I saw a video, this one there's dabbing. I went to copy. I saw a video where there was this chap, the two Nigerians who were comparing individual qualities and scoring.
Yeah.
So they had Pedri on one side, then they had, I keep on saying Pedro, it's Pedri on one side, and they had Bruno on the other side. So they mentioned the individual quality, and then the other colleague goes like, he thinks it's Bruno, he thinks it's Pedri. That's how they went about it. And at the end of the day, they had a final score. Bruno won, but I'd want to go through it with you guys so that we see how you would score it. Since you are not the guest and Mame is, Mame would have to take on this challenge. So here we go. Are you ready?
Should I take the scores?
No, but you've watched. Pedro has been playing football for about 4 or 5 years. You've seen him.
I mean, I've watched him in games, but like, I feel like I'm already biased. But go ahead.
Okay, individual qualities. First touch.
Pedri.
It's not that hard, is it? So you can do it. Positioning on the football pitch.
Oh, that's a very broad question. But I'll still give that to Pedri though.
Stamina.
Bruno.
Creativity.
Bruno.
Anticipation.
Pedri.
Pressing.
Bruno.
Strength.
Bruno.
Passing. Are you scoring, Kwame?
I'm scoring.
Good.
It's 3-4 now. What did Mommy say? Passing, what did Mommy say?
She's thinking. Calm down.
Passing in what context? Like passing to score the goal
Who
or
is a
passing
better
to
passer
control
of the
game?
football?
Pedri.
Vision.
Bruno.
Composure.
Pedri.
Dribbling.
Pedri.
Ball retention.
Pedri.
Decision making.
Bruno.
Awareness.
Pedri.
Through balls.
Bruno.
Tracking back. When you're on your heels and you need to get back behind the ball.
I want to give that to Bruno.
Interceptions.
Pedri.
Reading the game.
Some of these questions, it's like, what do you mean by reading the game? Like, it's very vague. Because you can read the game defensively or offensively. But I'll say, like, Pedri is better at reading the game defensively. Bruno is better at reading the game offensively.
So that's a no. You can scratch that out. Yeah. Passing under pressure.
Pedri.
Switching play.
Bruno.
Hold up play.
Pedri. Yeah.
It's Betty answering some of the questions.
She just joined. Yeah.
She doesn't need your assistance. We are scoring.
Yeah.
Okay, score. But
I agree, Pedri.
Build up play.
Build up. I'll give it to Pedri, but Bruno has been doing better. But I'll give it to Pedri.
Movement off the ball.
Bruno.
Ball progression.
Bruno.
Set piece delivery.
Bruno.
Composure in situations.
You already said composure. That's the same question twice.
Oh, then they repeated it. So I repeated it. Sorry. Creativity in the final third.
Didn't we already say creativity?
In the final third.
Bruno, but I feel like the what did we mean before?
Oh, we have said creativity already.
I thought so.
Vision in the final third.
Oh, didn't we already say vision?
Oh, then I'm repeating that. Then the last one. Skills.
No, we've not said vision. We've not said vision.
There was one you said visionary.
Yeah, she's right. I did say vision. Vision. No, so the last one is skills.
Skills.
Yeah. Who's the most skillful player of the two of them?
I mean, Pedri is nice with the ball, Charlie. The guy is nice with the ball.
So I guess you answered the question. So, Kwame, based on these people's scoring system, that's the scoring system
so
they use.
Pedri has
I'm here. Let me score mine.
Oh, okay. She wants to score. Okay, fine.
I want to score
Okay, let me do
mine.
Amade's calculation.
Oh, you can do it on the side. Let me get to Betty.
1, 2,
Oh,
3,
you're
4,
master,
5,
so we have to wait for you.
Go on.
Yeah,
I have to follow. I have to follow.
You're right.
I have to follow to take the score.
Finish scoring.
1, 2, 3,
Roxanne has a
4,
lot of
5,
work to do
6,
today.
7, 8,
I'm as
9, 10,
nervous as when I was
11,
waiting for my
13.
BEC results. Charlie, let's see. I want Bruno to win, oh, please.
7, 8,
Oh.
13.
Oh,
Surprise.
So it means there are 26 questions there. So I don't have to. I'll try not to repeat some of them. All right. So Betty, this one I'll do it.
but can I say something? When
before
Betty
I
is done,
start.
I'll say something because I think there were a
Before I
couple of
start,
things missing.
Let me say mine before I
Okay,
start,
that
right?
could be the tiebreaker.
Yeah, it's unfair to compare the two because for me Bruno is a 10. Like
Yeah, I was
regardless
saying
of
that they're
where
two totally different players.
our coach is playing him, he's a 10, and it's unfair to him to even be playing as an 8 and to be compared to Pedri. Like, right. So yeah, just to get out of the way. But let's go ahead with the ratings.
Okay, so
Let's
Mami,
go.
what you're going to do is you top up with your two other questions when I'm done, so that could serve as the tiebreaker because I don't want another tie. Otherwise, we're getting nowhere.
Okay.
First touch.
But it has to be 1 point so that it's a tiebreaker. If I bring 2, we can end up tying again. So it has to be 1.
You're right.
So I'll think of 1.
1. Okay. First touch, Mami.
Okay,
Receiving or playing?
Receiving.
First touch.
Pedri.
You want to give it to Bruno so bad. The way you ask that question, yeah, you give yourself a
No.
chill, relax.
Positioning. Pedri.
Stamina.
Bruno.
Creativity.
Bruno.
Agility.
Pedri.
Anticipation.
Hard still. Bruno.
Pressing.
Bruno.
Strength.
Bruno.
Passing.
Pedri.
Vision.
Bruno.
Composure.
Pedri.
Dribbling.
Pedri.
Ball retention.
Pedri.
Speed.
I don't think any of them have speed, so I'll just say Bruno.
Decision making.
Pedri.
Awareness.
Pedri.
Through balls.
Bruno.
Tracking back.
Bruno.
Interceptions.
Bruno.
Reading the game.
Pedri.
Passing under pressure.
Pedri.
Switch and play.
Bruno.
Oh God. I think we're already losing. Hold up play. Hold up play.
Pedri.
Build up play.
Bruno.
Movement off the ball.
Bruno.
Set piece delivery.
Bruno.
Ball progression.
Bruno.
I think I asked the last three already. Composure asked. Creativity in the final. Last question, skills.
Pedri. Bruno is a matter for
Mami, you
skill.
can top up with your 2 questions. So ask both. Let's see where this takes us.
For me, yeah, it was going to be leadership on the pitch and tackling.
Tackling, Mami.
Yeah, just to add to it, it's 2 to add to Bruno's.
Okay. So tell us the number. Don't tell us this Roman thing. What is this?
See, Bruno won by a landslide. It's a
17,
landslide
13.
victory.
17 for Bruno, 13 for Pedri.
So if
Yeah,
we
there were things that I gave. There were things I gave Pedri that Mami didn't give Pedri.
Plus, there were things that Mame sat out.
yeah.
She
Okay.
didn't. She
So
didn't
if we
answer.
take out Mami's 2 questions, it's 15-13. Yeah.
It's 15, 13.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. 15-13.
Close.
She sat out 2 things. She sat out 2 things. So
Okay.
that's it.
I mean, I think like it's close in terms of that scoring structure, but I think Bruno is better than Pedri.
For now, I don't think.
Guys,
Yeah.
Well, they you know what? They all have qualities the other doesn't have. Bruno doesn't have the tempo to control midfield. He doesn't have ball retention. He doesn't have all those dictating play shenanigans. Like you won't get that. He's a bomber for a reason. Like he sees the pass, he's going for it. And if it comes to chance creation, Pedri has nothing on him. Right, so
Yeah.
that's why I'm saying it's unfair to compare the two because both of them can play in the same midfield with a DM. So it's
Yeah.
not wise to even compare the two.
What I'll actually say is that Barcelona will benefit with the Bruno and
Yeah,
United will benefit with the Pedri.
exactly.
That's what I would
That's
say.
an
as in
interesting
currently,
point.
right?
Pedri is an 8. Pedri is an 8.
Yeah.
Bruno is a 10.
You see the way Olmo is shitting himself. But Bruno will do a better job than that. And then the way Ugarte and then
100%.
Ugarte is doing some bullshit
100%.
thing in our midfield. If we stick Pedri in there, control, we are calm. But we have a player
Guys,
who could do
let's end it here.
though.
Let's end it here.
End it here saying, do you have an
For me,
email? Let's finish the email.
Let's.
Why
We'll
do you
end
want
the
to end
email.
it?
I don't know why it's in a hurry to go and end it. Or you
We
have
can't.
something to go do.
We can't finish
Can
everything.
you say something nice to the sponsors? Then we'll come back right back. They will continue.
Okay, sponsors. Buzz it off. Buzz it off. Buzz it off.
As
Buzz
for
it
the
off.
job, he knows
Tech
how to do it
Transitions
better than
Hub.
anybody.
Thank you so much for being a part of the podcast. It's always great to have the two of you sponsoring our podcast, but they don't want us to end. I wanted us to even talk about Semenyo and the midfield
Yes,
issues.
there's a lot to talk
we
about.
do. Let's end with that.
Hey,
No,
We
no,
have
no,
to talk
no.
about it.
Before we end with that,
Let's do it quick.
no. Before we end
Let's do
with
it
that,
quick.
we have to satisfy
Yes.
everybody. We asked people to send us emails. Somebody sent a very nice
That's
email.
it.
You don't want us to talk.
I don't know.
about
Unless you read the email for
I
us
have it.
because
I
I
have
don't
it.
have
I'll
it.
read it. I'll read
Please
it.
go ahead. Read it.
It's a
for
very
me.
lengthy email, but I took certain points out. It was written by.
Yes.
Let me see the name of the person who wrote it. It was written by Kwabena Kubleno. First of all, I want to commend this person for how detailed this mail is. If this person didn't use ChatGPT or didn't copy and paste from somewhere, then kudos to the person because it's so clear, so precise, so concise. And I'll share it with both of you, Mami, so that you can read everything in detail. But basically, 2 points stand out. And it's got to do with the academy and then the academy's culture and also our legends and how they portray themselves in the press or don't portray themselves. But these are the key points. He said declining output and shifting perceptions. He actually put headings to his points. While the legacy endures, the reality is that Manchester United's academy is no longer the undisputed top choice for the most promising young players. Beyond the allure of history, our academy, both domestically and internationally, that's why I'm asking, I hope that it's not ChatGPT, offers superior development pathways, coaching and opportunities. We are falling behind in attraction and nurturing the very best young talent. Then, on the academy, he says, across Europe, young talents often display a hunger and humility, often absent in some academy products. This grounded approach allows them to focus on their development and their opportunities and ultimately achieve greater success. And on our legends, he titled his points The Echo Chamber of the Press and Pundits. The English press and certain former players perpetuate the myth of entitlement, often championing academic graduates based on reputation rather than demonstrated ability. This creates a self-serving echo chamber that protects underperforming players and stifles genuine competition. They should stop this agenda immediately. But we, the fans, bear the burden of expectations. We have the right to voice our concerns because we are the ones who feel the pain. It's a lot. It's very, very lengthy. But
It's a lot. It was quite a lengthy writing.
I know what he's driving at because of the debate that has been stirred over the past few days, which was completely unnecessary and uncalled for, where it turned to, we should never have gotten there. That's why I say sometimes our manager has to know how to talk as a Manchester United manager. Don't stir any pot when there's no need for anything to be stirred. The main question was about Kobe Mainoo wanting to stay or wanting to leave. He made a point about the fact that some legends are saying he should go. No, Kobe Mainoo should stay and fight for his position. Bringing in other academy boys who had nothing to do with the debates, who are trying to perform elsewhere, had nothing to do with this. However, I do not condone how these academy boys reacted to what their manager said. It was uncalled for and it was wrong. I'm not in support of that. We should not have gotten there in the first place. I maintain that. But the first point that he's talking about, the fact that our academy has fallen behind, it's not news. Post Alex Ferguson, our academy fell on the roadside. And the Meeting did a video. If people want to know what I'm referring to, I wish I could find the link. I would post it. He spoke about our academy before the start of this season. He went to see Omar Berrada to discuss our academy and what has fallen short and how they are trying to rectify things. And Omar Berrada made him know that the correction of the mistakes that we have made in the past, post Alex Ferguson, started even before Ineos took charge. It started under Metho in 2021. Before 2021, Manchester United was relying on the fact that we are Manchester United. If you want to come to our academy, because we've had the likes of Paul Scholes, Nicky Butt, blah, 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 just come. In terms of facilities, in terms of trying to put in the effort to bring these boys to Manchester United, none of that was being done. There were scouts all over the world who were recommending players, but we had old heads who were sitting at Manchester United who were not interested in acquiring those players. Ed Woodward hadn't done a good job running Manchester United in terms of the first team, in terms of academy, in terms of women's team. He had not done a good job across board. But when Metho came, what he said was that we have to repair our academy. He put certain people in certain positions, Nick Cox and the likes, to try and to change things. Nicky Butt and the likes to try and change things. Even lately, Fletcher, his role has evolved. He's now a coach, but then he was the bridge between the first team and the academy at a point. And we started to sign some of the best young players in Europe. The likes of Alejandro Garnacho, Jurado, Caracas, what's his name? Alvaro Fernandez, all that. We went to Spain to raid the three best teams in Spain for some of their best talents and brought them to Manchester United. You know, it's not every academy player that you bring through who is going to be successful. But Manchester United saw the need for change. We also invested in our facilities. The women's building is not just the women's building. It's the women's and academy building. We built a whole new structure. Ineos even want to go further by trying to mirror what the first team has with what the academy should have. They're saying it's not even enough. So steps are being taken. But with respect to even the past decade, what our academy has given us, it's a lot. Even from the time that Ferguson left to this very point, it's still a lot. We have spent over £1 billion on so much talent from outside. But I always say that when things are hard, very, very difficult, it is almost always these Carrington boys who bail us. And I have examples, and I'll point them out. Our first trophy that we won post Alex Ferguson was the FA Cup and Louis van Gaal, right?
Van Gaal, Rashford,
Who scored a winning goal in that FA Cup goal? Do you remember? Extra
Jesse
time.
Lingard,
Lingard.
Extra time, we're down by a man, Jesse
Crystal
Lingard.
Palace.
Yeah.
Lingard.
If you go even to the semi-final, I think Martial scored the winner against Everton, but before that, Marcus Rashford scored the winner in the replay at West Ham in the
West
quarterfinal.
Ham, that away,
After we drew
yeah.
1-1 at home. If you remember that
That
Payet
goal
free
was
kick.
very nice. That
Yeah.
goal was very
Marcus
nice.
Rashford got us into the semi. Martial got us into the final. And Jesse Lingard won us that semi-final. Second trophy, Jose Mourinho, right?
Pogba and Pogba and who?
It was the League Cup final first.
Mkhitaryan.
League Cup final first. That was the first trophy for Jose Mourinho. Jesse Lingard scored 2. I think Jesse Lingard scored a goal, and then Zlatan Ibrahimovic scored 2 goals. Zlatan scored a winner. We won 3-2 against Southampton.
Southampton.
Jesse Lingard
Yeah.
scored in that final, the second goal. Then the final of the Europa League, it was Paul Pogba who scored the goal. Another academy
Mkhitaryan.
product. All our trophies till this point, academy products have contributed heavily. Next trophy was the FA
League
Cup.
Cup.
Was it the League Cup? League Cup. And Ten
Newcastle.
Hag, Newcastle. Marcus Rashford scored in that final. Casemiro scored the other goal. 2-0. Right? Then the next trophy
Garnacho.
was the FA Cup. You see where I'm going with this? Was Garnacho and Menu. In fact, 2 academy graduates scored that day. 2 very fresh academy graduates scored that day to win. All our trophies post Alex Ferguson, they have contributed heavily to this. And it's not just on the football pitch that they've contributed. Because Manchester United has wasted money on all these foreign players who go and buy from all over the place, all these expensive signings we buy, be the Maguires and whatnot, the Anthonys and whatnot, and things haven't turned out well. We've been in trouble with FFP and PSL, haven't we? But one of the solutions to these problems is to be able to sell academy graduates for a good amount of money to be able to circumvent the perks of FFP PSL. If the academic graduates were not performing, we wouldn't have value for money for these players.
Yeah.
McTominay granted an interview about a few days ago, talking about whether he has any hard feelings towards Manchester United, or if players leave Manchester United, they go and excel elsewhere. He said he debunked all that notions and then made it clear that Manchester United needed to sell him because we were in trouble financially. We sold him for 30 million euros. And that academy product, who was brought through by Jose Mourinho in tough times, has gone on to become one of the best players in Europe over the last 12 months. That same academy that we claim is not been good and has not been producing players, has produced one of the best players, in fact, the best player in Italy, as we speak. Marcus Rashford is on the verge of being sold for about 25 million pounds, if you believe the rumors going about. We sold Garnacho for 40 million pounds. The player that we went to bring from Atletico Madrid for about 450,000 euros. We sold this guy, Mason Greenwood. Probably we should have sold him for more, but we got about 30 million euros for him.
And we still have 50%.
And we still have 50%. It
an
could be
ownership.
way more than that. These academy sales have helped us. Even this guy, Caracas, who was sold to Benfica, in the space of 12 months, his overall transfer value comes to about 60 million euros. All these players came from the Manchester United Academy. A lot has gone on to try and improve this. You have 3 players sold in the last 2 years under Ineos, featuring in our top 10 sales when it comes to Manchester United. There is Alejandro Garnacho, who is in the top 5, 40 million pounds. There is Mason Greenwood, who is in the top 6, and there was Scott McTominay, who is in the top 8. The other players who were sold for more were players, Ronaldo aside, whom we sold for 80 million pounds, were players that we bought for more and then had to get rid of in the likes of Lukaku and Angel Di Maria and whatnot, and we got something back for them. Even those are net losses. But these guys are full profits. Let's not discard our history. Let's not discard what we are. Manchester United is a team that since the beginning of time, you have to trace it all the way back to Busby Babes. When we were in trouble, when people died in the Munich crash, people had to lend us players, and also we had to rely on our academy players to get back. Even the Busby Babes were predominantly academy players. That's the bedrock. And our most successful era, the bedrock of it, was these legends that we talk about. Most of them were academic graduates. They understand what it means to play for Manchester United more than any of us know what it means to play for Manchester United. What I would want to say in terms of this legend thing is, before I'm done, this academy thing that we are saying, he was trying to insinuate that we are gifting them opportunities. It's not a matter of gifting them opportunities. When you need to play them, you have to play them. Needs must. I've only cried for these boys to play when we needed them to come on, when we didn't have any other options. Most of the time, that's what happens with Manchester United. You have your Rashford coming on when you don't have any other option. You don't have anywhere else to turn to. Louis van Gaal looks to the bench and goes like, hey, kid, just get on and let's just see what happens. And very often than not, something magical happens at Manchester United when it comes to these boys. We're down by a goal against Everton. We had close to nothing on the bench, but these kids, we've seen this story play out millions of times. Ever since I started watching Manchester United, I've seen this story play out on, I can name about 5 or 6 occasions where we call on that kid. We are facing the Stretford end. Go on, kid, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, just run at them. Play without fear. Just show us what you can do. And something magical happens. This player may not go on to be the best player ever, or may not go on to have a successful career at Manchester United, but he can win us that game at that moment in time because history calls for it. It happens with us. It's Manchester United. There is no difference to me between giving that kid a debut 2 weeks ago and giving that kid a debut yesterday.
It's okay, Kwame. If I don't stop you, don't trust you.
No, let me finish this. No, let me finish this. Just give me 5 minutes. When you become a Manchester United manager, you are coming from somewhere else. You have to learn. You have to imbibe yourself to become a Manchester United manager. Don't assume that everybody knows everything that he's trying to do. Sometimes you learn on the job. I feel personally, Amorim is learning on the job and learning how to become a Manchester United manager. He would have to accept some of these things, that this is what our club is. 2 weeks ago, you did not play him. Now, yesterday, you played them at Villa Park in an even more difficult situation, right? You play them anyway. You turn to the kids when you don't have any option. You just do it. On our legends, I will say this and I'll say this clearly. Let's respect them. Let's respect them because they earned their status at Manchester United. When they speak, they have every right to speak because they've earned the right to speak. And it's Manchester United. What do you expect? This is Manchester United. Manchester United is like every other big institution. We are a brand though. We are different. We are not the same. I live in Germany. When people are talking, they talk Bayern Munich. And they criticize Bayern Munich players even when they are being successful. Their legends are all over the place talking about Bayern Munich. Ghana Osei, when he's talking about Bayern Munich. He has a C. He has a voice. It goes somewhere. They've earned it. On top of that, let's not forget that they are fans as well. Same way you have an opinion every day, as he was claiming in his text that he sent us, the fans matter. Those ex-legends are also fans as well. They matter just as much as I matter, as you matter. In fact, I would say they matter even more because their words carry more weight. We may criticize how some of them go too far with how they criticize. But I feel like they speak out of passion. They speak out of, behind everything that they say, they mean well. They may not say it the way they're supposed to say it because it may not sound nice. But that should not be the problem of those behind the scenes working for Manchester United. I'm talking about players, I'm talking about coaches. Your job is to win football matches. That's the only way to kill negative noise because when the praise comes, It comes in multitudes. When Amorim won Manager of the Month, everybody was praising him. Everybody was talking about the fact that blah blah blah. It's the same way when the negativity comes, it comes in huge folds. And it's Manchester United, it's going to be heightened, it's going to be excess. The only way to stop the noise, there is just one way to stop the noise. Win football matches. 14 wins in 14 months is not going to stop any noise. It's not. It's going to make people talk. And those legends can talk and talk and talk because they are hurt. They are hurt. If you win, they'll take on the world for Manchester United. Just win.
Kwame, can I say something?
Oh, sure.
Mami, in a minute. Kwame
You
has.
said a
I'm
lot.
done.
You
I'm
said,
actually
you
done.
said
I'm
quite.
done.
You said quite a lot. You said quite a lot. Let me just. I'm going to just try and hit some major points of some of the stuff you said. So with the academy, you are definitely right. The academy has contributed to our success in the last few years since Ferguson has left, and also before it. Really, it doesn't mean that there also hasn't been some drawbacks in the academy. Some things that were not really as present when during Ferguson's era, or were not as prominent during Ferguson's era. That sense of entitlement has definitely been something that we've witnessed in the academy. And to an extent, the lack of success on the pitch exacerbates some of these issues. So like that's why it's news. It's really because we are not as successful as we used to be, because the academy players, even during Ferguson's time, that were having some of the issues that some of them are having today. So winning is the most important thing. I 100% agree with that. When you win, a lot of the noise goes down from legends and all that stuff. But I think that it's also a fair statement to make that it doesn't help our academy players for our legends who have been chopping bench when they were 20 years old to now say that a player who is 20 years old should leave the club because he's not getting game time. That is not something that we have witnessed. We have seen Paul Scholes on the bench for Manchester
I'm glad
United,
you brought up Paul Scholes
and
because I have a
and
pushback.
Paul, and the same Paul Scholes is telling
We
Kobe
are not doing a
Mainoo that he should
debate. I
leave the
beg you.
club.
We've
So
used a lot of time.
it's
Mami,
No,
go
no, no, no,
ahead.
no,
it's
no,
one
no,
of
no, no,
those
no,
things
no,
where
no, no, no.
it's one of
I
those
have to
things
push
where
back on this. I have to push
no
back
no
on
no
this.
let me finish. So it's
Sure.
one of those things where yes, the legends have a right to say what they want to say, but people also have a right to disagree with them, including the coach. And if the coach thinks that what they are doing is not helping the situation and he says it in a respectful way, which is what he did, I think it's fair for him to express that as well. All sides of the debate are important. It's important for us to hear all of these things so that we can make an assessment of what is actually happening and then carry on from there. But I don't think that the coach is in the wrong to call out the fact that some legends are not helping the situation with the academy players. But to the first thing that you said, I want to make sure that that is not the question about Kobe Mainoo wasn't just about Kobe Mainoo. It had been happening for quite a few press conferences. The questions about Kobe Mainoo, the questions about will an academy player be on the bench? Will Amorim be the first manager to have an academy player not be on the Manchester United squad for a game day? Like these are questions that had been coming up for quite a few games. And so when Amorim answered the question by bringing up the names of those players, the point he was making was that he is not that guy. He's not going to break the record. He has played Manchester United academy players and he will continue to play Manchester United academy players when he's ready and when he thinks that they are ready. That's the only point that he was trying to make. But for whatever reason, he decided to talk about the current form of those players and what is happening. And I think that that is what was blown up in like out of proportion, because that wasn't really the point of what he was making. But I mean, it was something that the media latched onto and they kind of ran with that. But if you were actually watching the press conference, when I watched it before the media blew that up, that was not what I was thinking about when I watched it. It was just like, okay, I don't know why he said that stuff about Harry Amas not doing well, but I understand what he's trying to say. So I just moved on from it. But
My push back
that
to
went too far. That went a little bit too far.
exactly.
That whole
I
thing
think
went
it
too far.
went too
Not
far.
just with Amorim, not just with Amorim. The media also took it too far
And
in the way they pushed the narrative of what was being discussed. Because that was not the spirit of his. Like sometimes when you are talking to somebody or somebody is talking to you about something, it's also important to come at like listen from a place of giving them the benefit of the doubt. And a lot of the time, especially with Amorim, especially with people who are Amorim out, they don't give him the benefit of the doubt when they are listening to him. It's always the worst case scenario of what he's trying to say.
or
And
people
that
who
is
are
not helpful.
Amorim in give him too much benefit of the doubt. See,
He's
on the Kobe Mano
he is
thing,
our
I
manager. He is the Manchester United
people
manager.
can
You
choose
have to give
to
him the benefit of the doubts.
no
Like he's not an enemy.
no listen
He's on our team.
not
Guys,
when you have
one after the other.
underperformed severely as a Manchester United
And
manager.
he knows he has performed severely in the same interviews that
It's
you're
one
talking
thing
about, in
saying
the
it
same
and one
press
thing doing
conferences.
something about it.
In
But I
the
want to come to
same
the Kobe
press
Mano.
conference,
I just want to
you
come to the Kobe Mano point. Paul Scholes said this about Kobe
Ah,
Mano. That Kobe Mano is a far better player than he was when he was 18 years old. Do you know when he said
That was
this?
when that was when he was starting out during his first 10 games or so.
See, Meba, let me finish. Paul Scholes rates
Mm-hmm.
Kobe Mano extremely highly. Extremely.
We
it
all
doesn't
did.
matter.
And
It
let
doesn't
me
matter
We
how
all
finish my
he
did.
point.
rates
I
him.
allowed you to finish your point. Let me
Okay,
finish mine.
okay, go ahead.
So he thinks that this is a boy who definitely epitomizes what Manchester United should be. He sees himself in Kobe Mano. He even sees a better player in Kobe Mano. He feels that our midfield currently, as it's set up, there is no reason why Kobe Manu should not be starting football games because he even believes we are not set up properly. It's a combination of things, so he's not saying it in isolation. He's
Mm-hmm.
saying this team is not even being coached right. If we are coached right,
Mm-hmm.
we should set up in a way that Kobe Manu should be able to start football games.
Okay.
Do you
As
disagree
per
with
Kobe
this?
is Kante, as per Kobe is Kante or Kobe is
No, no, no,
Schweinsteiger
no.
or what?
See, it's Ugarte that we have. Let's talk about central
Yeah,
midfielders. You said Bruno is a
two
10.
different.
Betty,
No, so two different
hold on. Oh.
positions.
Betty, hold on. You said Bruno is a 10. I agree with you that
Yes,
Bruno is a 10. He's
yes,
supposed to be playing in the
yes,
number 10 position. So let's talk
yes.
about our central midfielders. The
Central
central midfielders
midfielders.
that we have, there are three of them.
Separate them from the DMs. Separate them from the DMs
No,
and let's carry on.
so okay,
Oh, I think we
I'm
should.
separating them from the defensive midfielders. We have two
Yes,
defensive midfielders. We have
yes,
Casemiro and we have Ugarte. You
yes.
agree that Ugarte shouldn't play. I agree Ugarte shouldn't play. Mame, do you agree Ugarte should be starting?
Amorim also
No,
agrees
so
Ugarte
Ugarte
shouldn't
shouldn't be
start.
play. Kwame, do you agree that Ugarte shouldn't be starting?
I agree we should be ending the debate. Mommy and Paul.
No, hold on. I'm asking you a question. Do you agree that Ugarte shouldn't be starting games?
Well, who doesn't agree,
Do you
Kwame? Who
agree or don't
doesn't agree?
agree? All right. So
I agree, of
Casemiro is
course.
the defensive midfielder who should be starting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah,
So now there's two. Betsy, back to your point. The central
yeah.
midfielders. Who is left?
Kobe Menu.
So who should be starting with
If
Casemiro?
if you think that
It's
Bruno is a
see,
10, it's
No,
see,
no, no.
Kobe
So who
Menu
should be?
that is
It's a
no,
left.
no,
simple
no.
question. So
So
who should be starting with Casemiro?
we only have one CM in the team, Kobe Menu.
And that one
Now
CM
the
doesn't start
coach,
football games.
let me explain why he's not starting, because the coach wants something for that CM position in his team that Kobe is not able to provide.
See,
That it's as simple as
Do
that.
you do you agree with what the coach wants to do?
In how he plays,
Yeah,
It
this
doesn't
system.
in a
matter.
structure.
It
Yeah,
doesn't
do you
matter
agree
whether
with it?
you
No, no, it's a
agree or
personal
not.
opinion. Do you agree with it or not? No, that
No,
is the
I mean,
debate.
I think
Mami,
no, I think
the debate is this. The debate is this. We are not saying if we are all going to say that's what the coach wants, then we shouldn't even have an argument. There shouldn't be
Oh
a
no,
debate.
no. I'm
the
The
debate
argument
I
the
is
debate
some
believe
of
is
us
not.
don't agree
But
that this
I
is
feel
how the
like
coach should
I
play.
believe I
what you're
believe the
asking
coach
Mame
should
is
be
the wrong
allowed.
question, right?
The coach should be
Because
allowed to do what he thinks would work for
exactly,
him.
I agree with that
yeah,
too. He is doing it.
Yeah,
Nobody can stop
yeah.
Amorim from what he's doing. I can't stop Amorim. Paul Scholes can't stop Amorim. Maybe even the Pope can't stop Amorim. Maybe even the Pope can't stop him. But what we are saying is we are fans. He is a fan. He's a pundit as well. He was a pundit. He is debating. I'm also debating with you. I don't agree the coach should be doing what he's doing.
Okay.
If the coach doesn't do what he's doing,
me-
and that's what we think he should do, which I know you, Betty, you agree, Kobe Menu is the only central midfielder that we have and should be starting along with Casemiro. Bruno Fernandes is a number 10. Do you disagree or
So
not?
for me,
I agree.
So for me, I look at it like
I don't have
this.
anything else to say.
I look at it like this. It's either you are benching Menu because you are playing the 2, or you are benching Ahmad because you are playing the 3. Because Menu cannot play in the 2.
As he has shown,
Menu
as
cannot play in the 2.
the
So
system
if you are
requires
bringing
of
Menu
that
as a starter,
position.
that means you are playing a 3-man midfield.
Yeah.
But that means that another attacker has to be benched.
In terms of balance, listen to me. In terms of balance, I don't see why, and we had this debate at the start of the season, even before we got into this whole thing, about squad depth, right? I don't see why Mbumo and Ahmad should even be starting in the same team. If we are going to play a 4-3-3, I expect Ahmad to be somebody who deputizes or comes in place of Mbumo, one or the other, not both. But the system, initially, there was even struggles with even the two of them, their compatibility. It took a while for them to actually get going because both of them seem to be bumping into each other's way. Now you are exhausting whatever that you can start with, and you don't even have anything else coming off the bench to change the football games. It's Zexi. It's Joshua Zexi. He barely has an impact when he's coming on. But just imagine this scenario. That we are looking for a goal. We are desperate. We are looking for a goal. I know that Amad Diallo, because we've seen it before, we have all seen it. Even if he's to come off the bench, he is going to have a mark on the football game. When you bring Kobe Menu off the bench, be it as this number 10 that he's going to do, or be it this as the central midfielder, how much of an impact or how is he going to change the football game? Kobe Menu is about control, right? You can have that control from the start of the football game. But when you are chasing the football game, you can take a Kobe Menu off and go with chaos because you are chasing the football game. Do you get the point I'm trying to make?
I don't think you are
shifting.
wrong.
I don't think shifting all your best players to try and form into a starting 11 and forsaking balance makes any sense to me. So assuming, right, you bring a Semenyo. There is talk of Semenyo, and Betty, I've seen you going on about it. There's talk of Semenyo playing as the left wing back.
Left-sided, yeah.
Left wing back.
Yeah.
So this is all of a sudden, this is Manchester United. Shesko up front, Cunha, Mbumo, Semenyo on one side, Ahmad on one side, Bruno as the number 8, and then Casemiro as the 6. You literally have
And
6
DM.
attacking players. One DM in a very slow Casemiro, and 3 centre backs who have to play 1v1 and cover a lot of space without any cover. Where's the
We'll
balance in
change the
that?
midfielders.
No. But for now, we are not being linked to a midfielder. So what it means is that for the second half of the season, we are willing to forsake.
Who
We are
outscored
not
the
being linked to a
opponents.
midfielder.
No, we are not.
Ten-
We are not. It was only
10-9.
today that they talked about the fact that we've had a couple of injuries, so perhaps they may be looking at that. But before that, Amorim said at the press conference that we may sign a player who may not necessarily be something that we need in this window. But as part of the
Yeah,
future
FIFA.
building process,
Kwame,
we'll bring him
let's say
in.
you are
Where
right.
is the
Okay,
balance?
that Semenyo. Let's say you are right. That Semenyo is the guy we are looking at, right?
Uh-huh.
I think that the scenario you just pointed at with 6 attackers, like that happens in a certain scenario. I don't think that's how you start the game.
It would be criminal if this is how we are planning to start the game because Betty thinks that's how we should be starting the football game. I addressed this to you. Debate with her. I'm stepping out.
If you are playing at home against Burnley,
But I'm turning off my mic. See, I'm turning off my mic.
I don't care. If you are starting the game against Burnley like that, I'm okay with that. Go all out. Charlie, give us goals, give us entertainment. I love it. But we're not going to play like a Liverpool game like that or an Arsenal game like that.
See,
Every
outscore
game is
your
different.
opponent. If the game ends 8-7, yeah, we move. We're like we are scoring. See, the system is set to. I don't know why all the chances are on the left side. See, let's. Efficient. No, No, for me, I really think we'll go in for a midfielder in January. And I'm hearing Ruben Neves. I mean, stopgap, something to hold, because we really can't go in with this the Casemiro Bruno pivot thing. And thank God, in the same way, at the summer the goalkeeper got injured and we had to go and like it's just God working His miracle. So it's good Bruno is
The
injured
football
and
gods are
Kobe
telling
is.
us they are trying to save us from ourselves.
Yeah, so it's good
But
there's that injury. Like they
but
should
you know
bring in somebody.
you are talking about possibly benching Ahmad and starting Menu. Now
No,
you
that
have
I
the
don't
Ahmad
agree with.
lovers.
That's
That's
because
another debate altogether
Amorim's
because now
You see,
system.
people
you
start
see,
saying that
no,
Ahmad
no,
needs to
listen,
start.
listen. We've had this Ahmad
Yeah.
thing before. Haven't we had this Ahmad thing
Hmm.
under the previous manager? We've had it
Yes,
before.
we have.
This is my point. It goes back to Betty's point that he raised. If we had signed, Mami, listen to what I'm about to say. I'm going to be very clear and concise about this. If we had signed a Baleba, who I know can play in the number 8 position, and because of Carlos Baleba, and not Bruno Fernandes, because of Carlos Baleba, Kobe Menu is on the bench. I am not saying start Kobe Menu. I'm not on that train. My point is we have only one proper central midfielder, which is Kobe Menu. And we are playing a number 10 there instead. I do not side with
I
that.
don't know why you guys
Hold
keep
on.
saying that Bruno
Hold
is a
on.
number
Hold
10.
on. Because
Bruno is not a number
because we
10.
believe Bruno's best position is a number 10. That is where we've
Play,
seen Bruno
he
as his most
plays,
productive
Bruno
form for
plays
Manchester
as an
United.
8 for Portugal. Bruno
Jesus
plays
Christ.
as an 8 for
Has
Portugal.
played
Kwame, do you think?
exceptionally well for Manchester United as a number 10. That's where I see him best play.
But Kwame, do you
But
think Kobe can play
he
the
is an
role
8.
Bruno
He
is
sees
playing
himself
now?
as an 8. Like
Do you
you are
think
saying that
Kobe can
You
play
know
that
Bruno
role?
better than Bruno knows
We are
himself.
going round in circles in the sense that I'm saying he can play if this manager can alter the system, because this system is flawed. If you alter the system, it goes back to what Mami was saying. That one person, that's where she brought up the point about Ahmad or somebody else being sacrificed in the front line. If you
In the attack.
sacrifice an Ahmad in the front line, it is Mbumo who is playing there in a balanced system. Ahmad is a player, a very strong player to bring off the bench to come and change the football match for Manchester United. My point here is, if we had a central midfielder like Baleba, I will not be saying, oh, Kobe Menu should be starting ahead of Baleba, because Baleba fits that exact same role and is a superior player. Do you get the point I'm trying to make?
Oh yeah, I 100% get the point you are trying to make. I just don't think it's right. Like I think
I don't
that
think it's right for a
I
coach to
understand
change
where
the
you're coming
system.
from. I understand what you are saying,
No.
but it's
Oh,
just like
but isn't he changing the system?
He's making
he's
modifications,
doing
like
what he has
anything to work.
always said that he would do. He
Yeah,
said the
yeah.
players
Anything
need to
to make it
understand the
work.
system so that they
Also the
can change
players
it.
understand the system.
It's obvious. They understand it better than they did last season. It's very
Do
obvious.
they?
See, Kwame is so done
I
with you guys.
I feel like it's so obvious.
I'm done. Whenever you want to end the show, you can end it.
Oh, we are
Are
done.
you ready for us to
I'm
end?
done.
Whenever we want to end the
Okay.
show.
Yeah.
Thank you very
You
Thank
much
guys,
you,
for
Buzz
being
you
on
of
the
guys.
podcast
Mosquito.
Thank
today.
you.
No,
They
no.
said it is a
So should we
two-part
go and sign
podcast. So if you are
Semenyo,
watching
or
this, if you are
No,
we
no,
should
see,
Hey,
sign
we
see.
should sign
Baleba?
Semenyo. We should sign
Also, train.
100% sign
That's the
Semenyo.
question.
Kwame,
I don't
relax,
have an issue
relax.
signing Semenyo, but if you sign Semenyo,
Okay.
don't come and play 3-1-6.
Why not?
Why not?
Because that is
Me, see, why
basketball.
not?
That is basketball.
Yeah,
Let's play
yeah.
basketball. Let's score
We'll play.
99-0. Like
See,
let's play
see,
basketball.
I'll be here.
teams would
I don't
see.
forget to. I have a disease. I
Teams,
don't forget things. I'll
teams
remember.
would be afraid to
uh,
even attack. Teams would
all
be
right,
afraid to attack. It
Three
all
one
right,
happens.
six.
okay.
Three
Yeah,
one
they
six.
won't
Let's
attack
play,
because
but
if
we've
you
But
played
you
three
people,
attack,
one
you
six
give me
this
the
season.
we
opportunity
have
We've
to
played
played.
end.
three
Now
one
you
And
are
six.
how
taking
has it
over
gone?
again.
And how has it
It's
gone?
3-1.
30 goals scored, 26 goals
The only
conceded.
problem
So
was
we
that
shouldn't get better. One clean
Semenyo
sheet.
was on the wrong
One clean
team.
sheet. So
If
we
he had
shouldn't
been
get
on our
better.
Who
team, it
cares
wouldn't
about
be
clean
4-4.
sheets? If you are winning the title, who cares
Betty, who
about
cares
clean
about
sheets?
clean
Please,
sheets? Who
please let
cares
me
about
acknowledge my
clean
Charlie.
sponsors.
sheets?
Please
Set by
let me
Betty. Who
acknowledge my
cares about
sponsors. Please
noted?
let me
Attack,
acknowledge my
attack
sponsors.
wins you games. Defense
Let
wins
me
you
acknowledge
title.
my sponsors. Let me
Let's
We are
acknowledge
acknowledge the
my
reversing that
sponsors.
saying. We are
please let me
reversing that
acknowledge my
saying.
sponsors. Let me acknowledge my sponsors. Thank you very much, Tech Transitions Hub. Thank you very much, Buzz of Mosquito Repellents Bracelets. And thank you guys for being on the podcast today. for all that you've done, for hijacking my show, for doing whatever you want.
Our host is not happy.
I swear to God. Yeah. Molast anymore. This set, it will never happen. This set will never happen again.
And host, your sound is not helping you. Your sound is
You
not
are the
helping
thing that you
you.
want to say, Christ, not even coming.
Bye. We'll see you on the next one. Thank you, guys. Remember to subscribe, like the show, and see you after the game against Newcastle. Bye.